Leader of the People's Labour Party, Dr. Timothy Harris, when asked about a supposed concern of the European Union about a prison project and a company associated with it through the Citizenship by Investment program of St. Kitts and Nevis, he recommended that the question should be asked of the current Labour Party government led by Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew. The prison project began under the Team Unity government, then led by Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, shortly before the government lost in general elections. According to Dr. Harris, the EU did not express concern about the project when he was Prime Minister. Therefore, the question should be asked of the current Prime Minister.
I have read the release from the EU. The EU in their release did not raise one question about the prison project. Not one question. But in a report of a paper affiliated with the new face of the program, I see that reference there. And you must ask yourself why that is there. The EU release doesn't make mention of that. The meetings that the EU had or held was with individual member countries, private meetings. You should ask Mikey Martin then. For Mikey Martin, and I was curious enough, I said, look how things strange, no? This is an important meeting, but our government not saying anything. I have here Richard Duncan from Grenada speaking about it, saying what they said to him. I have another person, Christian Henrik Nashim, wherever he is from, he's a reporter, but you must ask what is interest. And he is attempting to say what it is, the EU, but he wasn't in the private meeting. And you have to understand, in these kind of programs, there are journalists with motivations. I don't know if he's one of them. Because he wasn't there, I don't know him. And so we have to be careful. Go to the official documents. But more than that, it should be for the government. They say it is the most important contributor to their revenue.
Citizenship by investment programs are under scrutiny by the European Union agencies, prompting a recent meeting in Dominica between CBI countries of the Eastern Caribbean, including St. Kitts and Nevis, and the head of the European Union's visa policy. It is believed that visa-free access to certain EU countries through passports issued from CBI operating countries of the Eastern Caribbean could be at risk. Glenn Butt reporting for SK Newsline. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Adlai Smith, issued a press release dated 1st February 2024 disclosing the names of 8 public officials who failed to file financial declarations to the Integrity Commission as required under the Integrity in Public Life Act. The DPP had given 26 January 2024 as a final deadline for submissions. He indicated that the court's registry is now preparing summonses to be served on the 8 individuals. According to the law, the 8 persons on conviction could face fines up to $30,000 years. Listed were Magistrate Fitzroy Eddy, Satcher Ngala, General Manager of Stella Broadcasting Corporation, Ricky Lenrick Lake, Chairman of the Urban Development Corporation, Ruthlyn Harris, Member of the Public Service Commission, Orwell Brandy, General Manager, Nevis Air and Seaports Authority, Stedman Tross, Chairman of NEVLEC, Albert Gordon, General Manager of NEVLEC, and Pamela Martin, Chairperson of the Nevis Tourism Authority. The DPP's press release stated that 2 public officials were excluded from the list due to a pending legal opinion regarding the effect of their resignations on their obligations to file, while the other requested time and was granted an extension until February 5th on compassionate grounds owing to the death and recent burial of a family member. DPP Adlai Smith reminded public officials that the next filing deadline is 30th April 2024. He urged the affected public officials to do necessary preparations to ensure that their legal obligation is honored by the statutory deadline. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Why do I love the cable? Well, I have their internet service at home and I never have issues with connectivity. And the way that they're always giving back to the community, that's impressive and that's a win in my book.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis's newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happened if I put this to it. Big explosion, like, okay, note to self, don't do that again.
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on Tel TV cable network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
I love the cable because they're real. What you see is what you get. No hidden agenda, no tricks, just real, honest communication.
Opposition leader Mark Brantley rejects the notion that the federal opposition is weak and is not challenging the shortcomings of the Terence Drew administration. SK Newsline asked Mr. Brantley about this sentiment at his monthly press conference on Tuesday.
So the position that I have taken in my role as leader of the opposition, a role that I have because I had the support of the majority of members in the opposition, is a role of constructive engagement. Mr. Hugh, if you're listening, constructive engagement. That does not mean weakness. That means that where we can join ideas to make St. Kitts and Nevis a better place, then we will do so. Where we see government policy that can be made better by way of recommendations, we will do so. And yes, when we see that there is a need for criticism, we can do so. But I want to be very clear that if people are looking to assess the quality of opposition by the extent to which the opposition is costing the government, then I am not so inclined at this point to engage in that type of politics, because I don't think at the end of the day that there's any benefit to it. We have a government in St. Kitts that's only about, what, 18 months old now? Means that they have a very long time to go before there's another election. So what people want me to do, cost for 5 years? Or they want me to get some things done? I mean, that's the reality.
Mr. Brantley is serving in his third stint as the federal opposition leader after the August 2022 general elections. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
St. Kitts and Nevis signed on to the Samoa Agreement at the Brussels office of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States that will guide funding and technical assistance relations with the European Union. But there have been reports in the media that the wording in some sections, especially sections dealing with human rights, can be a loophole for the European Union to press African, Caribbean and Pacific countries to legislatively adopt certain laws such as the permitting of same-sex marriages. It must be noted that the negotiations leading to the approval of the Samoa Agreement was done over many years. At the first February press conference of the People's Labour Party,
agreements, we are at the same time not cutting off our noses to spite our faces, because some countries might be so desperate for the assistance that you figure, well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But for the record, I am not aware that any of the arrangements that I would have been party to in terms of negotiations would have included provisions for same-sex marriages. What I will say, however, is that in our reviews in terms of the human periodic review, the human development review in terms of human rights, when it comes to the UN, especially out of the office in Geneva, there would have been certain issues that we still have on our books. Well, there was a landmark case recently, so I know one would have been adjusted in terms of issues such as the laws relating to buggery and other things like that, which is basically a man having sex with another man. I know these are things that we had on our books up until quite recently, when there have been cases, landmark cases, that now challenge those things that are in our laws, which we have to bring up to speed. Other things include arrangements to abolish the death penalty. These two might be in some of these international agreements, especially when it comes to the jurisdiction's human rights record. So it's something for us, for all of us, not just political parties, but citizens in general, to be very vigilant about.
St. Kitts and Nevis signed on to the Samoa Agreement on 22nd November 2023. The agreement provides a framework for a new 20-year relationship between the European Union and 79 African, Caribbean and Pacific member states that include 47 African, 16 Caribbean and 15 Pacific countries and the Republic of the Maldives. Glenn Bart reporting for SKN Newsline.
Well, of the cable, well, it's reliable, the speed, quick. When I come in town, I'm gonna Wi-Fi on my phone, I could just say, okay, let me send a quick text. Who Wi-Fi available? You watch the other Wi-Fi and you say, bye. This one say free, but it ain't really free. But the cable more reliable than the others, and it's more, you know, it's local, it's family home, so it's more trustworthy.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Dillio and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to welcome you to our creative haven.
The federal government is warning tourists about traveling to certain destinations in the Caribbean, like the Bahamas and now Jamaica. Local 10's Leanne Motohong is live with this developing story. Leanne.
Janice, these are some of the most attractive, most beautiful destinations in the world. The U.S. State Department now warning travelers about going to these places. We reached out to officials in both of these countries who say they're open for business.
An updated warning for travelers to the Caribbean. The U.S. State Department issuing a level 2 travel advisory for the Bahamas, advising travelers to exercise extreme caution in Nassau after reports of at least 18 murders there just this month, the result of gang violence mainly affecting locals. Jamaica, another popular destination under a level 3 advisory, with some neighborhoods, including one near Ocho Rios, classified as do not travel. The State Department citing crime and medical services as reasons for the warning, but officials in both of these countries are pushing back.
We have very rare incidents of persons engaging violently with tourists in Jamaica.
Robert Nesta Morgan works in the Jamaican Prime Minister's office in charge of information.
We have a police force using technology, improving our border security, improving community safety.
A statement from the Bahamian Prime Minister says, quote, the incidents described do not reflect general safety in the Bahamas. It goes on to say they're using a, quote, enhanced police presence and additional police resources and training.
So the U.S. State Department updates their travel advisories all the time.
Stuart Sheeron is a cruise expert and frequent traveler, having cruised hundreds of times over 35 years. He says he has not heard of any cruise lines changing itineraries as a result of these advisories thus far.
They're always going to ensure that the passengers in the ships are traveling to safe destinations, and they will make alterations if need be.
The State Department's advisories also recommend travel insurance. They are urging travelers to perhaps consider travel insurance before heading out to these destinations. But of course, if you do get travel insurance, make sure to read the fine print. Reporting live here near Port Miami, Leanne Morejon, Local 10 News.
And at today's meeting, Prime Minister Andrew Holness defended his government's track record on critical voting points. We go back to Natalia Clark for that report.
We are building for you and your community. That's the position of leader of the governing Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, who on Thursday ventured on a quest to highlight what he describes as the deliberate and vast way his government has transformed Jamaica. Addressing his party's councillor candidate caucus today, he posits they're armed with facts and success stories and are able to confidently stand in any election.
There has never been a government of Jamaica that has had so many achievements to go and face the people with. You are well armed to go and face the people of Jamaica for any election.
He says the goal is to ensure every Jamaican can live comfortably. This, as he explains, that will require precision, dedication, and consistency. He also believes the JLP is equipped to elevate the nation, adding the party best understands the struggles of the people.
When the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and touch me and feel me, they know I am real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through their struggles. I understand their struggles, and I'm true to them. So when I say I love the poor, but I hate poverty. You understand what I mean?
Holness adds his government has also been on a mission to rebrand politics in Jamaica and create a political arena that greatly differs from that of the 1970s and 80s.
You will not find the Jamaica Labour Party promoting, circulating, distributing false, degrading, nasty lies about people, programs, policies, or anything. We do not do that. When they go low, we go.
The local election is set for February 26, 2024. Natalia Clark, CVM News.
Why do I love the cable? Well, I have their internet service at home and I never have issues with connectivity. And the way that they're always giving back to the community, that's impressive and that's a win in my book.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Dillio and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to welcome you to our creative haven.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis's newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happens if I put this thing. Big explosion, like, okay, note to self, don't do that again.
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on TelTV Cable Network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
Returning home to what little is left. Palestinians in the Al-Makasi area of Gaza City are surveying the scale of destruction for the first time. Since the Israeli military announced a withdrawal from small pockets in the besieged strip, remnants of their lives are scattered throughout the wreckage. What hasn't been destroyed is the unflinching resilience and loyalty to a land that holds their history, their stories, and their future.
All our properties have been destroyed. We are all innocent, defenseless civilians. We have nothing to do with Hamas or the resistance. They are trying to transfer us. The goal of Israel is to force us to go somewhere else. We will never leave our land. We will never go anywhere.
Rights groups estimate more than 70% of residential homes in the Gaza Strip have been heavily damaged or destroyed. That's around 132,000 buildings. The UN says around 650,000 Palestinians will have no home to return to when the war ends. Debris from the mass destruction is expected to exceed 8 million metric tons and take about 3 years to remove. As well as residential buildings, schools, government offices, and health facilities run by UN agencies have been leveled or are beyond repair. The task of rebuilding seems overwhelming, but Palestinians say they are undeterred.
I will stay here until I die. I am steadfast. We will never leave our land. It is the occupation that will leave our land one day, sooner or later.
Like many in Gaza, this neighborhood has been destroyed. But for the people who live here, this land will always be their home, no matter how many times they need to rebuild and begin their lives again. Imran Allah Khan, Al Jazeera.
Health questions dominated U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's first press conference of 2024. Austin said he has apologized to President Joe Biden for not telling him when he first was diagnosed with prostate cancer. But what Austin wanted to focus on was the multiple conflicts in the Middle East, starting with the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. soldiers in northeastern Jordan. Austin said the Iranian-backed proxy behind the attack will be held responsible.
You know, I don't think the adversaries are of a one-and-done mindset. And so they have a lot of capability. I have a lot more.
Before his surgery, Austin had overseen the buildup of U.S. Navy vessels in the region, in part to protect cargo ships from Houthi attacks in the Red Sea, attacks Austin called unacceptable.
The Houthis continue to do some things that are very irresponsible and illegal. And so our goal is to make sure that we continue to take away capability from the Houthis to do what they've been doing.
And then there's the war in Gaza, where the death toll has surpassed 27,000 men, women, and children. When asked by Al Jazeera if he has done enough to pressure Israel to avoid killing more civilians, Austin said,
"We talked to him about that weeks ago, and they said they were going to do that, and they are doing that. But I will continue to emphasize, and I know Secretary Blinken and President Biden will continue to emphasize the importance of addressing the issue of the Palestinian people. It's critical, and we're doing more, but we're not doing enough."
Lloyd Austin wanted to show his health isn't interfering with his job, and given that the president says he has full confidence in Austin, it's back to work for the defense secretary. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, The Pentagon.
The SKNFA Scouting Showcase ended Wednesday, January 31st at the SKNFA Technical Center on a high note, with the visiting scouts from U.S. colleges and universities and professional clubs from North and Central America praising the young football talent on display for the past 3 days. The players who participated in Wednesday's combine were told by national team coach Francisco Molina that they would be evaluating the list of players that the scouts recommended, and the SKNFA would be contacting the individual players in the coming days. President of the SKNFA, Atiba Harris, commended all the players after the combine and urged them to prepare for the next level of their football careers.
I know you guys are going to have a long list, so looking forward to seeing great things going forward. You know, the season about to start, national team have a few busy calendar again, so I'm hoping to see many of you representing our country, not just on the senior team, but also out there in the wider world, including South America, Mexico. So I think some of you need to brush up on your Spanish, some of you will be going there. And just stay positive, stay healthy, and keep going. You know, your diet, your lifestyle, you have to make the sacrifice while you're young. That's key. If you want to really make something of yourself, make something of this life, you have people on the island, or people from here who have done it already. So it's not something new. You guys could do it too. So make that commitment to yourself, to your families, to your clubs, to the country, and keep going.
Meanwhile, some of the visiting scouts praised the football talent in St. Kitts and Nevis and said the federation will certainly serve as a talent pool for now and the future.
I think it's been fantastic, you know, obviously from the younger guys to the older guys, you know, obviously being in the college system, you know, the identifying of talent early, I think it's important, you know, obviously talking to Atiba and Melina about kind of some of the under 18 guys, and how we can maybe see a pathway into the college system early.
I cover the whole Caribbean and Central America. So I've been in other islands where I know exactly what I'm expecting to see. So it's just about trying to find the right player with the right mentality and the right attitude, so he could be not only successful in our club, but he can make a bigger step.
It was a great experience, great to see a lot of passionate young men, and in both groups, the younger ones and the older ones. And as Molina was talking about, this young man's path could be differently. I know that everybody's dreaming to be a pro, but a lot of times that, can go total different, through a college life. So it was awesome. A lot of young men, a lot of physicality. They were not afraid to get after each other.
I've been very impressed. It was my first time. I didn't know what to expect. I can see there are talent in the island, but the main part, I think, so the support that the community should surprise to this program, because I think so it's a process, and in the future you can see what they have been working.
Yeah, I was fortunate. I came in early, so I got to see even some of the girls, which I thought was really good. A lot of potential. I feel like if we can get the development pieces in at a young age, the talent here, very athletic, a lot of rawness, obviously, but I was surprised at how many players between the age of 18 and probably 22 can really play.
We are definitely looking at St. Kitts as a future talent pool for the club. We'll definitely have identified through these past few days several players that we will be reaching out through the federation to see if we can bring them in on trials when we start the trial process. Trial process for us starts in a few short months. We'll be starting our trial process in April. So we'll sort that out with the federation and see if we can get some guys in and represent the island.
The SKNFA has committed to hosting other combines in the near future, including one possibly this summer.